Good evening, Mel.
Good evening.
Mel, non-league day was a success both on and off the pitch, with Vass scoring another winner worthy of the day.
Yeah, it was a good day, wasn't it? I think the club did a great job. I was surprised to see all face painting going on, all sorts of things, music. It was great, and it was great to see so many youngsters here. You know, I've said before that watching live sport, so many youngsters never get a chance to see live sport. It's always on TV. Mum and dad sit in front of the TV and off they go. As I think to come and see live sport is fantastic, and particularly non-league, you get close up to the players, the staff, the pitch. You know, there's very little security in terms of you've got to stay 100 yards away from a player or whatever. So no, I thought it was brilliant. The club did a great job. In terms of the game, it was a really, really good game. I mean, the goal was great. Everyone talks about the volley at the back post, but when I went through with the players, it was the last thing I mentioned. There's a lot more goes into it than just that. That's the bit that everyone remembers.
That's the end product.
But there's a lot more went into it than that. So it was a good goal, good game, and they were a strong outfit. But I think we put a performance in that more than justified the win.
What I liked, Mel, was the team kept the top forward line quiet again. Another clean sheet.
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. You know, they got some really good players and some very, very good forward players. As with a lot of teams in this league, you know, one thing I've noticed is a lot of teams up there have all sort of invested heavily in their front two or three, whatever it may be, and got very, very good forwards. And yes, I thought we did very, very well against them. I mean, you know, Darian and Raoul have been doing very, very well recently, and of course, DeQuain and Charlie in front have really added some sort of steel to us. But both fullbacks did very, very well again against wingers. But I thought as a team, we moved so well as a team, and we took the space away from them and made it very, very difficult for them. And I think at the end of the day, we had about 17 shots to their 7, so it was a really good performance.
You've been busy today, keeping admin on the go this morning. The window to sign players closed at 5 o'clock. Can you share with the fans your new signings?
Yeah, well, what I wanted to do was give Nigel something to do on the final day. I thought I don't want to leave him too quiet today. No, we've covered our centre-half position with DeQuain and Charlie both playing in midfield. I felt we needed cover there, so we've signed a young lad called Jack Turner on loan from Chelmsford, a player that's been recommended to me by Robbie Simpson. One he feels that working with me in the environment, the way I work, we'll get a lot out of him. So I'm hoping that's the case. So we'd like to welcome Jack to us. And I've also signed a goalkeeper I've worked with before called Ayman Aziz, who's a very, very talented goalkeeper. Throughout his career, been very unlucky. Barnett's first team at 19 in the conference, and then broke his jaw. And then last year came with me at Hampton, had a serious hand injury and had to have an operation, another 12 months out of the game. So he's been really unlucky. So he's signed as cover for the rest of the season. Obviously we've had Preston struggling with a hamstring. We've got Rav, but with no one able to sign. And also when I'm looking for next season, so it gives me a chance to come in, maybe have a game or two and have a look in for next season. So 2 welcome additions to add a little bit of strength. Jeremy's gone off back to Kenya for 3 or 4 weeks, so we won't have him around. So we were a little bit light on numbers. We've got a couple of knocks and bumps, which will be considered for Saturday, whether they're going to be fit enough. So it just gives us a little bit of depth.
And we played 4 of the top 6, Mel, in our run-in, so we're very likely to be an influence on who makes the playoffs or even takes the title. Starting with 3rd place on Horsham, with Horsham.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 5 teams, I believe, all trying to get in the promotion race. I mean, one of the teams is obviously outside the top 6, but there's 5 teams all with still promotion hopes via the playoffs. So yeah, it's going to be a great run. I just said to the players there, it's a fantastic opportunity. You know, we've got a lot of points on the board now. We're not mathematically safe, but we should be enough. And it allows us to start building and experimenting a little bit for next season, the way we play, the style we play, what I'm asking from the players. So we're doing that. We've got Horsham on Saturday, who I've got to be honest, one of the best teams. We lost 3-1 there in one of my early games, and they're one of the best teams I've seen at this level. Certainly up there with Dartford. So it will be a really tough game. Obviously they've got a lot to play for. I think they're 3rd in the league. I think it's 4 points behind Dartford. I might be wrong with that.
I believe it is, yeah.
It's close. And of course they're coming in with something to play for, which I think is great, because it makes it a proper game for us, rather than 2 middle of the table teams, nothing to play for. We've we've got a lot to play for. The players have got a lot to play for. The ones who want to be here next season. So Horsham obviously will come here very much wanting the 3 points, and they are a very, very good team, and we'll have to be very, very good to get anything out of the game.
Finally, it's the end of the month again, Mel. Time for choosing a player of the month. The fans have got Lorden, Sam, DeQuain and Vass to choose from. And as the season end approaches, we've also setting up to be collecting for Player of the Season. There's also an award Manager's Player. That must be a tough call for you.
Well, I think first and foremost, the 4 lads for this month, I mean, there's 4, any one of them could have it and no one could say anything. They've been excellent, as have a few other players. So I mean, the fact we narrow it down to 4,
it's so difficult to put them all in.
Difficult recently, totally. Yeah. In terms of player of the year and Manager's Player of the year, you know, I mean, again, it could be that there's a few it could be. Obviously, I haven't been here all year, so for me it'll be player since I've been in. So I don't know when I came in, October, November time, whatever it was.
Beginning of November.
Beginning of November. So I've only been here sort of 3 or 4 months, but ultimately there's been a lot of very, very good players out there, very, very good performances, and it's it'll be a toughish decision. I mean, I'm assuming the player of the year is voted for by the fans.
The fans get a vote.
Yeah.
The committee have a vote.
Okay.
The manager has a vote.
Oh, okay.
And the one that probably the players like the most, or want the most, is the players' player.
Yeah, absolutely. All players like the players' player.
Yeah.
I think that goes without saying. It's something all players like to win. So that will be very, very good. It'll be great. I mean, it's been a season. We've had now as a club, we've had sort of probably 2 poor seasons where you got relegated, then we just scraped in last season. You know, it looks like we've done okay this season, and fingers crossed we finish safe, a little bit earlier than last season from what I understand. But we need to build something to go forward, and these awards and everything goes into that. They're really, really important because it helps set the standard for next season, the way we want to operate, the way we want to be. And progress for next season. So no, I'm looking forward to all the awards.
We perhaps should mention, Mel, I don't know whether lightning strikes twice, but last season, the penultimate game of the season, we beat Horsham here to stay up.
Oh, did you really? Wow. Well, I mean, luckily, it's not that tomorrow. If we lose tomorrow, Saturday, sorry, I don't think we'll be relegated Saturday. Every game is different. Every game is difficult, and every game, you've got to take the pitch, the weather into consideration. This time of year, the pitches are bumpy and hard, and you go to AstroTurf pitch, you get good AstroTurf, bad AstroTurf, and you need a bit of luck. You know, as much as you make your own luck, the more the ball ends up in the right areas at the right time. You've got players in the right areas at the right time. The more the luck goes your way rather than goes against you. But ultimately, you still need a bit of luck. And on Saturday, like I said earlier, they're a great team, and we're going to have to be very, very good to get anything out of the game.
Well, it's training night, and Gary Player once said, "The more I train, the luckier I get." So we better let you get off there.
Hope you bring me some luck. Thanks very much.
Cheers.